There comes a moment in life when you must look in the mirror and face the truth. No one is coming to rescue you. Not your friends, not your family, not society. You are your own responsibility. The world does not reward wishes, it rewards actions. And the sooner you accept this, the sooner your life will change. Every person who ever succeeded started by understanding one simple thing. If I don't take the first step, no one will take it for me. Waiting for someone to push you, motivate you, or carry, you will only delay your journey. Life becomes powerful the moment you take control. When you stop asking for help and start helping yourself. Your struggles, your pain, your failures, these are not signs that you are weak. They are signs that life is testing you, shaping you, preparing you for something bigger. But the test is only passed when you fight through it. No one can walk your path, no one can fight your battles, and no one can build your future except you. So rise, take ownership, build discipline, create habits that serve you, not ones that destroy you. Even if the world walks away, you must keep moving forward. Even if no one believes in you, you must believe in yourself. Save yourself. Because the truth is simple. No one is coming to save you, but the strongest version of you is waiting to be discovered. Taking full responsibility for your life is the moment everything begins to change. Most people live their entire lives blaming circumstances, people, luck, and the world for where they are. They never realize that the reason they feel stuck, unhappy, or lost is not because life is unfair, but because they have handed over the steering wheel of their life to everything except themselves. Responsibility is not a burden, it is freedom. It is the realization that you are not powerless, that you are not a victim, that you have the ability to transform your situation starting from today. When you accept responsibility, you stop waiting for miracles and instead you become the miracle. Taking responsibility means understanding that your habits are shaping your future, that your decisions are building your path, and that your discipline or lack of discipline is writing your destiny. Many people want success, but they want someone else to carry them there. They expect motivation from others, help from others, advice from others, and validation from others. They think that if someone would just push them, support them, or save them, everything would suddenly fall into place. But the truth is, even if someone gives you a hand, you still have to stand up on your own legs. Even if someone guides you, you still have to walk the path yourself. No one can take responsibility for your life except you, and no one should. Responsibility is power because it eliminates excuses. When you stop saying, I can't because, and start asking, how can I? Your entire mindset shifts. The mind that blames closes every door, but the mind that takes responsibility opens every possibility. Responsibility forces you to grow, to push, to improve, and to build the skills and discipline you need to reach the life you want. It is uncomfortable at first because accepting responsibility means admitting that your current situation is partly the result of your own choices. But this discomfort is necessary because you cannot change what you refuse to confront. When you start owning your decisions, something shifts inside you. You begin to understand that every day is an opportunity to move forward, and every action is either pulling you up or pulling you down. Instead of saying, I don't have time, you begin to say, I didn't make time. Instead of saying, people didn't support me, you say, I must support myself first. Instead of saying, life is unfair, you start saying, life is what I make it. And this shift, although simple, is incredibly powerful. It is the difference between living passively and living intentionally. It is the difference between staying stuck and breaking through. Taking responsibility also means accepting your mistakes without shame and without running from them. Mistakes are not failures. They are lessons, signals, and stepping stones. When you deny responsibility, you block the lesson. When you accept responsibility, you grow from it. People who take responsibility never stay down for long because they understand that every setback is part of the process, that every obstacle is developing their strength, and that every challenge is molding their character. They don't cry about the problem. They search for solutions. They don't avoid difficulty. They face it. They don't expect perfection. They expect progress. And progress only comes through responsibility. Responsibility also creates confidence. When you know that your life is in your hands, you feel stronger, more capable, and more in control. You stop fearing the future because you understand that you are actively shaping it. Confidence is not built by praise or compliments. It is built by ownership. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, every time you push through discomfort, every time you choose discipline over excuses, you give yourself proof that you are capable. You begin to trust yourself more. And when you trust yourself, the world becomes less frightening. Taking responsibility also means being brutally honest with yourself. It means recognizing where you are slacking, where you are not giving your best, and where you are letting fear control you. Many people lie to themselves by saying they are trying when they are not, by saying they are improving when they are not, by saying they are waiting for the right time when they are actually avoiding discomfort. Responsibility demands honesty. It demands accountability, and accountability is the foundation of real growth. You cannot become the person you want to be until you hold yourself accountable for who you are now. When you live without responsibility, life feels heavy, directionless, and unfair. But when you embrace responsibility, life becomes meaningful, empowered, and full of possibility. You begin to see that every small choice matters, that every day is an investment, and that every action is a brick you are laying in the foundation of your future. You stop comparing yourself to others because you understand that your journey is your own creation. You stop complaining because you understand that complaining changes nothing. You stop waiting because you realize waiting leads nowhere. Instead, you take action daily, consistently, even when it is difficult. Responsibility is not about controlling everything, because no one can control everything. It is about controlling yourself, your choices, your habits, your reactions, and your direction. Responsibility is freedom because it puts the power in your hands. It reminds you that you are not helpless, that you are not stuck, and that your future depends more on your decisions than your circumstances. When you truly take responsibility, you stop being pulled by life and start leading your life. You stop being shaped by the world and start shaping your world. In the end, taking responsibility is the first and most important step toward greatness. It is the moment you stop waiting for someone to save you and realize that the person who will change your life has been in the mirror all along. Self-discipline is the real savior of any person who dreams of changing their life. Motivation may give you a spark, inspiration may push you for a moment, and other people may encourage you temporarily, but none of these things stay with you every single day. What stays with you, what carries you, what shapes your life when no one is watching is discipline. Discipline is not about feeling strong. It is about choosing what is right even when you feel weak. It is not about being in the mood. It is about doing the work whether the mood exists or not. It is the quiet, consistent force that builds a powerful future, brick by brick, habit by habit, day by day. People often assume that successful or disciplined individuals wake up every day with endless motivation. But the truth is the opposite. Most days, they don't feel like doing the difficult things either. They don't always want to wake up early, train hard, push their limits, study, work, or practice. They feel tired, bored, frustrated, and unmotivated, just like everyone else. The difference is that they don't let their feelings control their actions. They don't wait for motivation. They don't wait for the perfect moment. They act because they know that discipline creates results, and results create the life they want. Motivation is temporary, but discipline is permanent. Discipline is also the strongest form of self-respect. Every time you choose discipline over excuses, you are telling yourself, my future matters, my goals matter, I matter. Most people fail not because they lack talent or potential, but because they lack consistency. They start something with excitement but quit as soon as it becomes uncomfortable. They promise themselves change but break that promise the moment they face difficulty. They want success, but they don't want the discipline required to earn it. Dreams do not disappear. People simply stop doing the work needed to reach them. Discipline is the bridge between desire and achievement. When you build discipline, you stop negotiating with your mind. The human mind naturally seeks comfort, safety, and ease. It tries to protect you from effort, struggle, and discomfort. This instinct is helpful for survival, but disastrous for success. If you let your mind decide, it will always choose the easy path, the path of the least resistance. Discipline forces you to take the path that leads somewhere, the path that builds you, the path that challenges you and transforms you. Discipline trains your mind to work for you, not against you. Discipline is also a daily practice. You don't become disciplined by reading quotes or listening to speeches. You become disciplined by taking one small action every single day. When you show up even when it's hard, when you stay consistent even when results are slow, when you push yourself when others would give up, You build a strength inside yourself that becomes unshakable. This strength is not loud or dramatic. It is quiet and steady. It shows up early in the morning. It stays late at night. It whispers to you when your excuses scream, and it chooses progress over comfort. The greatest part about discipline is that it grows. In the beginning, discipline feels heavy. It feels uncomfortable because you are fighting your old habits, your old patterns, your old ways of living. But the more you practice discipline, the stronger it becomes. What once felt impossible slowly becomes normal. What once felt difficult becomes routine. Your mind adapts. Your body adapts. Your habits align with your goals. You begin to realize that discipline is not punishment. It is the most powerful form of self-care because it builds a future you will be proud of. Discipline also protects you from distractions. In a world filled with noise, social media, entertainment, gossip, comfort, laziness, discipline acts as a filter. It helps you ignore what doesn't matter and focus on what truly matters. When you have discipline, you do not waste energy on pointless things. You do not chase temporary pleasures that cost you long-term growth. You do not get trapped by procrastination, self-doubt, or fear. Discipline keeps you aligned with your purpose. It keeps your priorities clear. It keeps your path straight. Another powerful aspect of discipline is how it builds identity. Your actions shape who you become. If you act like someone committed, you eventually become committed. If you act like someone focused, you become focused. If you act like someone strong, consistent, and determined, those qualities begin to define you. Discipline is not about forcing yourself. It is about becoming the version of yourself who naturally does what needs to be done. You transform your identity through repeated action, and discipline is the engine behind that transformation. Discipline also teaches you patience. In a world that demands instant results, discipline reminds you that real success takes time. It teaches you to trust the process, to keep going even when progress is slow, to value long-term results over short-term gratification. The fruits of discipline may not appear immediately, but when they do, they are strong, lasting, and meaningful. Discipline builds things that cannot be taken away: character, resilience, strength, skill, and self-belief. In the end, discipline becomes your quiet companion, your internal guide, your invisible support. It works for you when no one else is around. It pushes you when no one is cheering. It strengthens you when no one believes in you. It carries you on the days you feel weak and lifts you when excuses try to pull you down. Discipline becomes the force that saves you from your own limitations. It becomes the tool that shapes your future more than any external help ever could. When motivation fades, and it will, discipline remains. When people leave, some will, discipline stays. When doubt rises, you will feel it, discipline cuts through it. And when life becomes difficult, and it surely will, discipline is the one thing that keeps you moving. It is not external support, not encouragement, not luck, but discipline that builds success. It is your real savior, your real strength, and your real path to the future you want. Your future is not built by the dreams you talk about, the plans you make, or the goals you wish for. It is built by the actions you take today, right now, in this moment, with whatever you have, wherever you are. Every single choice you make becomes a building block of your future. Every small action pushes you either closer to the life you want or further away from it. People often think success arrives suddenly, like a surprise gift or a lucky break, but the reality is far different. Your future is the result of countless small decisions you make every day, decisions you may think are insignificant, but that silently shape your destiny piece by piece. Most people underestimate the power of daily effort. They tell themselves that missing one day won't matter, skipping one habit won't affect anything, delaying one step won't make a difference. But what they don't realize is that habits compound, actions accumulate. One day of discipline becomes 2, then 3, then a month, then a year. The same is true for excuses. One excuse becomes a pattern, and a pattern becomes a lifestyle. Your future is being formed even when you are unaware of it. Every day, you are either preparing yourself for the life you want or drifting toward a life you don't want. There is no neutral ground. Your future is always moving because you are always choosing, whether intentionally or by default. Your actions today also reveal your priorities. Many people claim to want success, but their actions show comfort is more important to them. They claim to want change, but their choices show that staying the same feels easier. They claim to want a better life, but their laziness, procrastination, and inconsistency show that the better life is not worth the effort to them yet. The truth is, your effort tells the truth about your intentions far more than your words ever will. If you say you want to achieve something but do nothing today to move toward it, the future you want cannot exist. Dreams become real only when today's actions match tomorrow's vision. It is easy to look at successful people and think they are blessed, lucky, or favored by life. But what you don't see are the thousands of days they worked when no one was watching. You don't see the nights they sacrificed, the mornings they forced themselves to rise, the failures they pushed through, and the discipline they built brick by brick. Their future was not the result of one big effort. It was created by showing up every single day. They traded temporary comfort for long-term purpose. They traded distractions for dedication. And they understood that everything they did today was an investment in who they would become. The future you want depends heavily on the habits you build right now. Habits are invisible forces, silent, powerful, and consistent. They guide your actions almost on autopilot. Good. Habits can carry you upward without constant struggle, while bad habits can drag you downward without you realizing it. If your daily habits include discipline, learning, growth, health, and focus, your future will reflect those qualities. If your daily habits include procrastination, laziness, fear, or excuses, your future will reflect those as well. You cannot build a strong future on weak habits. You cannot create an extraordinary life with ordinary effort. What you do repeatedly becomes who you become naturally. Your future also depends on how you respond to challenges today. Life will always test you. Obstacles will come, setbacks will strike, people will doubt you, situations will disappoint you. But every adversity you face is an opportunity for strength. How you react today is training for the future. If you quit easily today, you will quit easily tomorrow. If you run from discomfort today, you will run from opportunity tomorrow. But if you push through resistance now, you build resilience for later. If you stay committed now, you build confidence for later. Growth never happens in comfort. It happens when you are challenged, stretched, and forced to rise. One of the greatest truths about the future is that it doesn't change until you do. You cannot keep the same habits, the same mindset, the same laziness, and expect a different life. Change begins with action, and action begins with you choosing today to become the person your future requires. If your future self is strong, disciplined, successful, confident, and focused, then your present actions must reflect those qualities. You must make choices today that your future self will thank you for. Every sacrifice, every effort, every disciplined decision today is a gift to the person you will become. Most people waste years waiting for the right moment, the right opportunity, the right time. They say they will start when they feel ready, when things calm down, when life becomes easier, but that day never comes. The truth is, the only right time is now, because now is the only moment you have control over. The future is shaped by what you do with your present. If you delay action, you delay your future. If you begin now, even with small steps, you transform your future. The difference between people who succeed and those who don't is simple. One takes action today, the other waits for tomorrow. Your future also depends on the courage you show today. Every goal you want requires courage. Courage to begin, courage to continue, courage to fail, and courage to try again. Without courage, you stay stuck in the same place, living the same life, experiencing the same limitations. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is the decision to act despite fear. When you choose courage today, you open doors for tomorrow that fear would have kept closed. In the end, your future is not written by destiny, luck, or chance. It is written by you, by your decisions, by your effort, by your discipline, and by your consistency. Every day is a new page. Every action is a sentence. Every habit is a paragraph. And your entire life becomes the story you write through your choices. If you want a powerful future, you must make powerful choices today. If you want a life of strength, success, and purpose, you must live today with intention, discipline, and commitment. The future does not happen to you. It is created by you. And every moment you live today is shaping the life you will live tomorrow.